1, 2.
All right, man, it's the Duali's podcast, and we got my boy Duke in the building. What up, bro?
Yo, what's the deal, man? How you doing?
Man, it's been a long time coming.
Yes, sir.
I see you got your clothing line and everything popping off. Congrats on that.
Thank you.
What's the name of it?
Oh, man, it's called Law 17. I started it 2 years ago. I don't have any fashion background. Well, prior to this, I haven't had any fashion background. I used to be an NFL athlete. Made that transition because I just wanted to own something for myself and take what I was passionate about and just be able to like tap into my creativity and monetize off of it. So it just made sense. So Law 17 is the name of the brand. We make clothes for men and women, and I like to call it minimal contemporary.
Okay.
Nice.
That's fucking fire.
Appreciate it.
So you was in the NFL, right?
Yes.
What was that like? How long was you in there?
I was in the NFL for 5 years. I thought it was an amazing experience. I thought it was I didn't grow up planning to play football, right?
So you kind of fell into the NFL.
It kind of just fell into like,
damn.
For me, all I thought was high school, college, right? Get to college. I don't want to pay for college. And then earn a scholarship. And then I get to college. And then the only thing that was important from then was being good, right? I just didn't want to be whack. So so I just worked hard, right? Because I just didn't want to be whack, right? I took pride in like who I was and what I put out there for people to see. And I didn't want people just like talking about me bad. And I think that kind of just happened where it's like, okay, well, he's working hard. He's in the right place. Things start happening for him. And then, the NFL just happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, this is a relationship podcast. So I wanted you to get all your stuff out right there.
Get out the way.
So talk to me about being in the NFL, right?
Yeah.
I can't even say it because clearly I've never played. I'm not athletic. Being in the NFL, right? Talk to me about trying to date while you're a rookie. Like, what's that experience like? Because I could only imagine. What team did you get drafted to, or how did that work?
I was undrafted. But I went to the Broncos, right? And it was in Denver, so it wasn't like a hot city, but
you had
a
all
hot team, though.
Hot white girls.
But we were a hot team, though, right? So like it was booming when I got there, and that experience being a rookie, I don't think is conducive for any rookie to be in a relationship when they're in the NFL.
Did you try though?
No.
Okay.
So like, fortunately, I didn't have any girlfriend or had like a college fling that was like attached to me, and I had to break that off.
That's usually what it is.
But no, really, like I was in a position where I think most people, honestly, it's a position where you go from not having to having, and then you have access to like
white girls.
You had access to white girls in college.
See,
I didn't know.
That's when it starts.
Yeah, no, really, like there's so many like
that's
black.
True.
As an athlete,
what I mean? Because like think about college, right? Like unless you're going to HBCU, right? Most of the people in college are white, right? So like think about
you went to a HBCU, right?
No, I went to Temple.
Oh, okay.
So you taking all these black kids.
He looked
right?
at me like y'all trash it.
I mean, you taking all these black kids, right? That been around black people all their lives, right? Even white people have been around white people all their lives, and then you put them in college, right? And now, as a black kid in college, half of your teammates are white. So now you're going to the white parties, right? Now you're doing the white sorority thing. So then it's like, all right, cool. I didn't even know white girls like me until college. Now, okay, for sure. So now it's like, oh, okay, cool. I never experienced that, so now I'm curious. So that's how it starts. That's how it starts.
Yeah.
That's how it starts.
The history of white women. I love it.
That's how it starts.
Okay, so
for athletes at least.
Rookie year, you was like, no relationships, not doing that.
Nah.
When did you decide that it might be okay to maybe entertain a relationship while you're in the league?
I think when things settle down, things happen so fast, and you just at first, it's like anything, right? When you first get a big check, you're like, damn, like, I can't believe it. But then things become normal, right? So it becomes normal to be around different types of women. It becomes normal to be, flying to different places and seeing all these celebrities and you playing with people that you grew up watching on TV. So everything becomes a little bit normal. So when that settled down, then it's like, okay, well, I would like to have somebody I come home to run my back when I'm hurt. You know what I mean? Instead of like chasing different women left or right. Because the thing about the thing that no one talks about.
Talk about the chase.
Talk
about the chase.
The thing nobody talks about, right? When you chasing women, right? Everybody thinks it's like all successful. Right?
Hell no.
Like if they people think like, yo, just because you're in the league and you got money, when you chasing women, like everything's a basket, right? But like chasing women is stressful, right? Because like half the women are after other athletes, right? And then half the women they don't respect you enough to even like be like, for them, you're a number, you're a player, you're someone that at least at this point has some kind of social, clout, and for them that's all they know. So like the respect thing is not there, where it's like, yo, text me back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, answer my phone call, right? So like if you need, let's say you get hurt or you need some kind of attention, right? They're not obligated to give you that, right? And that's frustrating because like you understand, like, well, this is what I did.
Yeah.
So after a while, man, you're like, man, fuck that.
Did you have a specific like humbling moment? Like I had one. I was in college when I was starting around. I walked into like the cafeteria and I looked at all the different tables. And at every table, I could point out a girl I messed with. And then for me, I was like, all right, it's time to change. I felt so
and that was
used.
a humbling moment?
It was a humbling, because I felt used. I'm like, I didn't feel exclusive.
Did you
It's
ever
like,
feel like a slut?
Did I ever feel like a slut?
Yeah.
Nah.
Man whore.
he said, nah.
I never felt like
He's
that.
like, I was comfortable with mine. I knew what I did.
I never felt like a slut. I never felt like a man whore. I never like felt like I was ever taking a walk of shame. I never felt like that. Never.
He's confident in all his
I
choices.
No, that's good. That's good.
I understood like, damn, like maybe I should be making better decisions, but I never like felt.
You were never filthy.
Shame.
Yeah, and I never
never
felt that
felt
from
it.
nobody, right? Like, nah.
You just never cared. Now, look, don't let me put
No,
words
no,
in.
No. See, so look, the thing about me, right? Thing about me, like, it doesn't matter how many women I was involved with, before. I was always like respectful of the situation. You know what I'm saying? And I always was like rational about the situation. You know what I'm saying? And I'm fair. So I was like, yo, like if I'm not giving you the opportunity to like get in with me, then if you had to get in with someone else, then I just got to take that.
Yeah.
And I understood that. So like it was very easy for me to like detach and not be involved like that and not be hurt or feel some type of way when, a lot of guys will feel used.
There was an interview with Waka Flocka, right? He was talking about, but this is why he was, I guess, married. But he was like, I had to switch my game up because there would be girls I would mess with, and then the next day I'll go out to the club and I see them with another corny rap or anything. You ever had a situation like that where you was talking to somebody and then a few days later you see her with some other dude, maybe he's a player, maybe he's something else, like you like, see, this is why I need to get this up or maybe move a little bit different.
Yeah, that happens. That happens.
I've seen it happen.
That happens a lot. You know what I'm
happens.
saying? That happens,
Sure.
and then not only does it happen, but a lot of times we talk about it before it even happens. The locker room is a like safe place to speak, right? So there are some people that you just get really tight with and that you trust in the locker room, right? So you feel like you could like share information about what you got going on, or damn, look at this chick I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like a gossip thing, but it's like, yo, like this is what we do as men. Like we talk about what we got going, and they're like, oh shit, nigga, like that's I used to deal with her. Matter of fact, she coming out here next week, right? And then it's like, damn. It's like damn, but it's not like.
But have you ever been on the damn side where somebody was showing you something and you was like, oh man.
Oof. Have I been on a damn side?
It's cool if you haven't. I mean,
I'm trying to think, man. I usually get out before I get to that point. I usually was out, man, and like I was kind of, I had like really good discernment with like with the type of women, right? Even though, and I thought, and like I said, I was respectful, right? And the thing about like, for the most part, when you respect women, regardless if they doing their thing, they're gonna reciprocate it. You know what I mean? And that's how.
Yeah, if you in the NFL.
Shit. And yeah, well, that's another thing. Everybody don't play by the same rules. You know what I'm saying? So I get that part. You know what I mean? So, but for me, I just thought that like I did a really good job of like, okay, you know what? This one a little off the rocker too much. I can't really fuck with her like that. You know what I mean? But this one right here, maybe she can get around, but like I ain't gonna know till like I moved on. You know, that type of stuff. And it didn't happen a lot. For like guys on the same team, but I've seen it for sure.
Did you ever were you ever in a serious relationship when you were in the league?
Yeah.
Did you fuck it up, or you wanna,
Damn,
like,
what if she fucked it up?
What did you learn from it? What did you learn from it to prepare you for like future relationships?
I learned so much. But I wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? I can admit that I was young. I got in a relationship when I was 24, and she was 27. So she was older than me by 3 years. So she was way more experienced. Way more in touch with her emotions, and her vision of her life was like more clear. And mine was just like, at the moment, it was my second year, right? She was somebody I was dealing with in the past, and we just kind of reconnected. And I felt in that moment, I was like, yo, let me try this out, right? I was like, and I knew like maybe I'm not ready, but let's see, and I felt like over we ended up being together for like a little over 2.5 years.
Okay.
But within that, it was just so much that I wasn't ready for it. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know how to express myself.
Yeah.
I wasn't comfortable enough to be like, hey, yo, I don't like this, that you do this, right? So a lot of the things that she if she ever did anything, I would just like harbor it, right? And then also, I wasn't comfortable enough to like tell a woman like what I need out of her, right? Because I was always the person that was just like, yo, I don't want to infringe on like your freedom, and I want you to be who you are. And the byproduct effect of that was just like, yeah, I wasn't getting what I needed.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what men need sometimes, because y'all, we always hear about what y'all need. Talk about your needs, man. All right, this is what I need. I'm gonna tell you what I need.
Yeah.
First. I need, if I like you, I need a lot of quality time. I need you to be my biggest fan. And this gonna sound bad. This is gonna sound real bad, but I need you to cook. There's something they don't put that in the love language, the food. But that's my
That's
love
one
language.
of yours. Okay.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
I don't
every
need gifts. I don't need quality time
That's
and
your
food.
thing.
Yeah, I think that's fair though.
Yeah, see?
All that is fair. Like it all depends on like also what you need. All depends on what you want to offer,
Absolutely.
right?
I can't
And
cook.
But it got to come back in
But
another way.
but you can offer something
Right?
else in a different
It gotta
range.
come
that
back.
she can-
Postmates.
It got to come back in another way. So I think
Baby,
that-
if you don't want to cook, I'll Postmates.
I think that's the most important thing is just being able to reciprocate that, right? So
Yep.
because we all got different needs.
You got to
know
meet
what I mean?
people where they are. You got to meet them where they are.
And
Because if somebody doesn't like to cook, then you got to meet them where they
Now
are.
you can meet me outside the door.
well, yeah.
No, but if you get with a girl and like you really like her, but she doesn't cook, but she does, she makes sure you eat.
Yeah, just make sure I'm eating.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, but
Because
I mean, it's
some
something about when you make
what
the
if she
food.
literally can't cook?
It's something
I
about when you
don't
make
know
the
about
food.
that.
No,
Yeah.
I'm all for a
I
home
know
cooked
what you
meal.
mean, too. I know what
but
you
like,
mean.
what if somebody? I guess you'll cross that bridge when you get to it.
No.
No. You
more.
have to.
Everything
listen,
else is perfect.
That cross the bridge shit. That shit's out. Yo, the thing, look, we gotta know what bridge we crossing. We gotta know how long that shit is, how tall it is, if it's rock, if it's
map.
We're
gravel.
just talking about cooking.
All that.
Just the cooking bridge.
Nah, I think
just
that,
the cooking bridge.
I think that everybody has their needs and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like it's important to like figure out as much as possible before you get to the stage where it's like, yeah, I want this to be my woman.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Obviously, you get in a relationship and then things happen, but it's important. Like the basic needs,
Mm-hmm.
like I have to know that before are you willing to cook?
Yeah.
Like you can say,
Mm-hmm.
yo, I don't cook. Okay, cool. I understand you don't cook, but like, I learned a lot of shit that I don't know how to do.
Yeah.
Are you willing to cook?
Okay.
Right? And then it's not about, and there's a lot of things that men have needs, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like it's like women think that men's needs mean that like they have to suffer or they have to like, you know what I mean? It doesn't.
I get
like,
that.
My needs,
Yeah, I get
my
that.
needs don't mean I'm trying to like control you and like be this hyper masculine
Mm-hmm.
person where it's like my needs first. Nah, it's just me like this is what I need, right? And
I think
being
it's
able to
in-
communicate that is important.
I think that's like a major thing. With everything, communication is important. So communicating to someone like what it's important for you to feel in a relationship, that's where like the love languages go back. Like when Spicy was on and she talked about like, she's like, I need this from my man. We need to do this every week. We need like but also just to be able to communicate openly without people feeling offended. Sometimes like when you're communicating with somebody, whether it's the way that you're communicating the way they're reciprocating it, whatever it is, sometimes people feel attacked because you're just communicating, hey, like, I'm not saying it's messed up. I'm just saying this is what I need a little bit more of.
Yeah, I think that it's on both sides, right? It's on like whoever's receiving the information to like understand, like, okay, let me take it in, let me not combat it,
right?
Regardless of how I feel about it, let me take it in and try to understand this person's point of view, right? But like, it's also on the deliverer to be able to communicate that, right, and be confident in that. I think that men just don't. We have a hard time articulating what exactly we need without it feeling like I'm imposing, right? Or I'm dictating like how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Right. And I feel like tone, delivery, those things have a lot to do with it.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, but some women like when you talk to them a little crazy.
Yeah, I don't know,
They
man.
usually be a little crazy.
That is sad.
Yeah, they be a little crazy too. I don't like when I hear that shit. Like women, I want my man. No, you don't. Okay, so what happens is your man's talk to you crazy, right? And if you allow that shit, he's building up habits, right? He's building bad habits. So when shit really hit the fan, that's how people start getting in like abusive relationships.
Yeah.
Because you let that shit fly. Because you think that shit is cute right now.
You never heard that? A woman go like, I like when a man put me in my place.
I hear that a lot.
And
I hear
be
that a
looking
lot.
like,
But what does that mean, though?
What does that mean?
Right.
I think it
I'm
can
supposed
mean.
to put you in your place.
I think it can mean different things.
Yeah.
Like for me, if I were to, I mean, I've never used those words.
Well, so you said this.
However,
put me in my place.
if I were to use those words, me saying that I want a man to put me in my place would be more so me saying I don't want like a nigga that I can just walk over, like run over. Like if I don't want it to be constant arguments, but if he doesn't agree with something that I say, I want you to be like, yo, no, I don't agree with that. And we can talk about it. It doesn't have to be an argument, but I don't want somebody to just agree with everything that I want to do or be like, oh yeah, you're right. I don't want that. Like,
that's
if
different.
I'm wrong, be like, hold me accountable, you know?
Absolutely. I think talking to someone like when girls like, yeah, I want my man to talk to me crazy. That's a little different than saying like, I want a man to like check me when I'm wrong. Or check me when he thinks I'm wrong. It's different, right? Cause listen, I can still.
But when are women wrong? When do women admit that they're wrong?
Woo!
That's where it's 22. It's like, put me in my place when I'm wrong.
You know
It's
what?
like,
I know when
that's
women.
another thing.
No. I know when women admit that they're wrong.
No.
Never, because we're not.
Nah.
Okay.
Never. I'm
Okay,
just
this is a real question though.
I'm just kidding.
This is a real question. That's a real narrative.
I believe that.
Do you
we're
know
wrong.
that? That's
No.
a real narrative.
I
Where
mean-
women like you may be joking, but
I'm joking,
women
but-
really think they're never wrong.
Yeah, for sure.
And like no one ever wants to talk about that. That's toxic.
I saw.
Oh, you want to talk about women being
Yo,
toxic?
That's
No,
toxic.
I saw a tweet.
There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that men do. Men are not perfect. Men fuck up, but we recognize it, right? And we can be like, damn. Like,
I think
really fucked that
I
up.
think you're right. Men do recognize it. Not
Men
boys,
recognize
though.
it.
Not boys.
Okay,
Men.
okay. Let's for
I
the
think
And
the
rem-
sake
and women
for the
and
sake
not
of what we
girls.
talk exactly. No, no,
Try to sneak that in there.
For the sake of what we talking about, let's just stick to men and women,
Okay.
right? Because we could do the girls do this, boys do that all the time, right?
Right. Mhm.
But when it comes to like recognizing, fault and taking accountability for what they're saying, it's like everything. Anytime if you call a woman out for doing some shit, she got a justification for you. She got a justification
Because
right?
if you didn't do this,
I wouldn't do that. It's automatically, right? It's never just
God.
like, damn, like that's just all me. And I'm gonna take that. You know what I'm saying? And the fact if women never like admit to being wrong or have this like narrative and mindset that women are right no matter what, how are we gonna do anything productive? How is any conversation that a man has with a woman supposed to be productive?
Huh, Carmen?
I mean, like, this isn't all women. First of all, I don't know why.
But yeah.
No, but there is no way to really move forward if nobody can take accountability. I 100% agree with that. I think as women, it might be a little bit easier to get a man to admit that he's wrong because, like you said, women do articulate what's going on a little bit better, and maybe y'all don't feel like you can gather the words to properly
not
tell
good at
us
that.
that we're wrong because we're sitting here like this, already ready for whatever we're going to say back to justify whatever you're about to say.
It's just like it's like I'm not listening. It's just you're attacking me.
Yeah.
So it's like a defense.
You know how women admit that they're wrong? Hey, babe, you hungry? Did you eat?
There you go. That work every time for me.
Try to put a little leg on you.
That work every time, yeah.
Yeah, but then you start.
Does that work? Sometimes.
Sometimes it works, but then like for men,
You
that
still
really,
mad? Here's a rag. You
But
still
that's
mad?
just like putting like a band-aid over the shit. Right? That's not addressing the issue. Shit.
No, but a lot of times sorry, ladies, but we be doing that.
Yeah,
We be doing that for sure.
But like that's a real thing, you know, and that's a problem to me at least. Right? I try to tell.
No,
my
that is for real. I think whenever there is an issue, it's best that you address it. Sometimes things do need a little time, but I do think that whenever there's an issue, you need to address it, because when you don't address stuff, and especially in whatever relationship, it just piles up. It piles up,
Right.
and then one little minor thing happens, and then it can be you left a cup on the counter.
Right.
And then everything just blows up just because so many things got swept under a rug.
So, all right, so I want to piggyback off that. So what are your pet peeves? What are
Mine?
y'all? All of y'all. All of us.
All of y'all.
All of y'all. Look at that.
man.
YouTube, what are your pet peeves?
What are your pet
Let
peeves?
us know in the
and
comments.
how does that play into your relationships? Like, is that something you can fight through after we figure out what these pet peeves are, though?
My pet peeve is communication, like a lack of communication. If you're not gonna communicate, like when things change, I don't need a play-by-play on your entire day.
Truth.
But if we had plans to do something and things were a little bit off, and especially like I think black men, like when we're calling y'all and y'all don't answer us, like our minds can go to shit about what we're thinking about. And
See,
I'm not
that's toxic,
and,
but we're gonna talk about that.
I'm not
Okay,
just
no,
talking
that's
about
toxic.
I'm not just talking about cheating. I'm talking about just like in the media.
Oh, you mean
Like
like
black men and y'all's safety when y'all aren't answering the phone. Like, so communication is like a huge thing for me. I want to know that you're alive. I want to know if your phone's dying. Let me know when you're on 2%. Communication is a huge pet peeve for me. Communication
okay?
and honesty.
What about
Okay.
you?
I'm gonna go the same way with communication, but not. I need to know your phone's on 2%, but I do what you're saying. I don't like my phone's having bad service. Like I don't like being text back every 3 hours. Like if you're gonna do that, it's just never gonna happen. So
Yeah,
I'm with you on that with the communication. What else is my pet peeves? Those bad wigs, yo. I can't talk to a chick with a bad wig. I'm sorry. I tried one time.
I hate bad haircuts too.
Man, she
No,
said
because
Since
the-
we went for looks.
The first wig was fine, and then she transitioned to a new wig, and it was something right here. It was something right here that wasn't.
The leave out.
I shouldn't know when the wig begins and ends.
It was
I feel like it's
lifting?
supposed to blend. Yeah, it was whatever you call it.
It was like.
And she didn't put
lifting.
like a headband. No, none of that. She didn't do none of
I
that.
don't think that works.
She didn't put gum on it. Nothing. Nick. She
I
didn't
don't
try
think
to
that
do
works
anything. I
either.
don't like that. So that's a pet peeve.
Man, I think for me a pet peeve would be trying to like dance around what you really want to say.
Say what you mean.
Right? Instead of like just really speaking on it or not being really passive about it. A lot of times, and there's different levels too, because like you could be in a relationship with someone and your pet peeves might be a little different than when you just dealing with somebody.
True.
Right?
True.
When you're just dealing with somebody, my pet peeves is little shit like, yo, like if I text you and like you or like maybe I'm trying to stop the conversation, right? But you don't sense that. That's really like, and that'll make you feel like, oh, she doesn't get it, you know? But if you're in a relationship, it's like, oh, okay, now I'm a little more vulnerable. Now we're spending more time together. Yo, like stop. Yo, if you really want to know how I feel, talk to me about it. But don't like test me. Don't do things to like see. I just want to see what he gonna do.
Yeah.
Because if I know that, I'm gonna do exactly what you don't want me to do, and now we're gonna be like beefing.
You playing games.
I was saying that the other day. This girl was like trying to like see if we should explore more, and I'm like, I mean, you got to think about it. You don't even know me for real because we only just been kind of talking, right? Well, now when it becomes an obligation that we do certain things, this is a whole different dynamic.
Right.
Like me and you, we talk once in a while. We're cool when we cool, but if we really start talking, then there's a lot more at stake. There's a lot more that I require from you, and vice versa. And we don't know if we work in that realm. So just because we work when we're cool, that don't mean we're gonna work once we really like seriously sitting down and talking.
Yeah.
Word.
And I think a lot of times people just feel like they have access to you. Like people just always feel like they have constant access to you, whether it's because like you're posting on Instagram or because like you're at an event, they see you out and about. Like I think people always just want instant access. People want to like mark something as theirs a lot of times, and it's just like just relax. Like, and especially out here in LA, a lot of people are single. We know you are in a relationship, which we will talk about. But a lot of people just want somebody to call theirs or
ownership.
Yeah, exactly. But when it's not even yours, you just want to call it yours. You want to say that you have something, even if it's nothing, or even if it's like a messed up situation. So you shouldn't
just like take the situation for what it is. Is that like kind of what you're saying? So like if you understand just the dynamic between you and somebody and just like.
Yeah, but people get in their feels and they feel like it's like more than what it's already been.
Okay. Yeah, dating in LA would do that to you.
Man, sure. How did you make it work for yourself? Shit.
Well, okay, so
hold on, where's my notebook?
Okay, so here's the thing.
Notebook?
Let me take notes in your phone.
Here's the thing, though. I'm from LA.
Okay, yeah.
So everything.
Perspective, okay.
I'm from LA, so like it was different. It wasn't like this shit wasn't new to me, right? I wasn't like overwhelmed with like the space and the access to people and just like the nightlife, and it was like or just the whole mood, right? So I'm from here. So what happens is people migrate here.
Yeah.
And then it's like everybody coming from the cities have different like personalities and you know backgrounds and like morals and shit like that. So like now everybody's in like this one place and it doesn't mesh well. You know what I mean? And then everyone's coming out here for like a reason, right? Girls want to be popping. Yeah. Men want to be like celebrities and rappers and all this shit like
and groupies.
So you know, and groupies like everybody's out here for the same reason. So that's why it doesn't mesh well. But for me, I think that I just did my thing. You know what I'm saying? I just stayed low, have fun, right? I was respectful to people, so like I never had issues like moving in the streets with like different women. It was for me, it was smooth. You know, just that you know, after college to the NFL to coming back here for the off seasons, my shit was smooth. Right. And I just was like having fun.
So being from LA, how did that help you to have a healthy relationship? Because a lot of people have toxic relationships or they're just with people just for the sake of companionship. So how do you maintain a healthy relationship living out here in LA?
I think just being raised out here, right? It just kind of took away that like being raised out here, just I grew up in this, right? So I'm comfortable in this and I'm used to this. So like it's not I'm not starstruck or overwhelmed by just the whole LA vibe. Yeah. You know, I'm not out here looking to, you know, become the next superstar or attach myself to like a superstar or, you know, I'm not out here looking for women, you know? So I think when people come out here with different motives, it's very hard for them to get out of those ways when they find somebody, right? Because they built bad habits through their time here. So just growing up out here, you know, and then also growing up out here and then living in San Jose and living in Denver and living in DC and New York. And, you know, I've been to like a lot of places. So like I'm accustomed to like lots of people, right? And then just growing up, you know, in a Nigerian household and just having those like, those values of discipline, right? It's for those things help me. So in my relationship, man, I take all those values I've learned through my life, whether it's sports, right? Discipline and communication and just be on time. And just all those things help me in my relationship. And it's helped me to like be able to like get to this point in my relationship.
Do y'all feel like the cost of living makes it hard out here to date? Because I've noticed something over these few years, like, because it costs so much to live here, I feel like women are on all types of scandals and men crazy moves to like get free meals and like if you're not paying for this, and it's like I used to be mad, but then I'm like, well, damn, Rent is crazy. She probably can't eat. Like, if I'm not providing.
Yeah, that's true. Now that we don't really think about that, but that's really true though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So,
I saw a meme the other day that said a girl can come out the house with $7 and have a ball.
Yeah. What? She come out
and go crazy.
Not have to spend a dime. I mean, like a lot of times also like as girls in LA, well, like if somebody wants us to come out, I'm not leaving the house if I have to spend some money and say less.
I wish.
You know what I mean? We don't have. Yeah, we
to
don't
be
have
a
luxury.
woman.
Nah. So
But-
go ahead.
I'm sorry. How would you tell somebody to have a healthy relationship in LA though? Like, what advice would you give somebody who's trying to just have a really good relationship long term?
It starts with the people.
Mm-hmm.
It has nothing to do with the city, right? It's all about you and
Mm-hmm.
like, and what you want and you know, your intentions.
Right.
Like LA is not forcing you to like not be
Mm-hmm.
in a relationship or not be monogamous
Yeah.
or not be faithful, right?
It's on
or
the
not
person.
being a good person.
It's
not,
on the person.
Like LA's not forcing you to that, right? But that's what you
Because
want to do.
everybody just drags like LA dating is
Yeah.
trash and blah blah blah.
It is
I
low
don't.
key trash.
It's-
I mean, like,
it's
it's-
like
low-key trash.
But
no, and then you have to
the
like
way,
look at
the way that you really broke it down to say that there's so many people here from different places doing different things. That's why it's bad. But when people ask me about it, I'm just like, a lot of people come here to do different things. So we're all like, you're over there doing that.
Right.
I'm over there doing this. We're all trying to make money and pay our rent. Like, it's hard to go after your dreams and go after women or men, whatever, and party and to do all that. So a lot of times dating won't work out for people.
Yeah, and aside from like the shady shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, right? If I just moved out here, right? Or if I've been out here for 3 years, right? And I'm still trying to get established in my field, right? And you know, I meet someone seriously, but I don't really have that luxury to like stop. Think about if you're a woman, right? And you're trying to get established in the field, right? And you meet a man and you know he wants to get serious. But it's gonna hurt like if other people, other men, other circles is gonna help you get to where you want to get to, it's gonna be hard for you to be like, I gotta put that on the back burner and be your woman. Cause this like what I need help doing this shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
And like LA is a place like that where people come is like, yo, how can I come up off it? Like maybe not even like use you to come up, but like if you in my mind are the quickest way I can get to where I want to get to, then like I gotta focus on building this relationship.
It's a climber city.
Yeah,
That's what
so
I'm
that's exactly what it is, right? So like if someone, the right guy may come into your life, right, but you may not be in a position where it's like you could jeopardize what you got
Right.
for that, and that happens in LA because it's such a you know, I don't even want to use the word, I guess ambitious. It's really like an ambition driven place.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's another element of it for sure.
Yeah, my homie was talking to me. We was leaving, was it Newhouse? It's Black House, the Black hookah spot in the Valley.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then we
I
drove
never
to
been
the
there.
Federal.
It's black owned.
You never been there?
Check it out.
It's in
Black
North-
House in the
Black
Valley.
House. All right, cool.
Yeah, and we driving to the Federal. He's telling me, man, it's so hard to date out here, and I feel like all these chicks the same. And I think we gotta really realize, like, a lot of people are trying to meet people in the same place. Like, it's either the same club, the same hookah lounge, the same. I'm like, are you really expanding? Because I'm like, there's all types of people out here. He's like, no, they all the same. They all trying to do this. And I think what you are, you kind of projecting your mate, like what you're looking for. So if you trash, you're gonna find trash. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Facts. Nah, also like I don't really like when people say shit like that, like all chicks are the same or all guys are the same. Because like if everyone's saying that, who's wrong? Who's wrong or right?
Yeah.
Right? If all the girls are saying, yo, all guys are the same, and then all the guys are saying all chicks are the same. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Instagram, but
Like,
we got to admit, Instagram made people very similar though.
Like what?
Social media made people connect with beliefs and look. Even a lot of these girls look the same.
But like that's nothing. You can't go like if you're a man, right? And you first of all, right, when I approach a woman, I'm approaching her because I'm attracted to her, right? But if you're approaching all the same women that look the same, the same qualities, and then be
look
like,
at
all the
yourself.
girls are the same.
That's what I said.
What kind of fucking sense does that make, right? No kind of sense does that make. If you're a woman and all you dating is like, okay, yo, this guy says, yo, come out with us. And you come out with him, around his friends. And then the next guy says, yo, come out with us. And like, what the fuck do you think gonna happen?
You're doing the
Everybody
same
trying
thing,
do
going to
thing.
the
So,
same places. Okay, so we mentioned social media briefly. I know that both of you have large social media platforms. Does social media, has it ever been like a weird thing, or because you both already had platforms, was it just like a natural flowing thing?
as far as what,
Like as far as like just, you know how some people feel weird about their partner being on social media or liking pictures or when to post, or okay, we posted, we're booed up, but did I tag you yet? How is social media,
man,
just having like a big platform, both of you have huge platforms, like how did that
I think
did it have an effect on your relationship?
Okay, so our social media story it kind of grew in steps, right? So when we first started talking, we didn't follow each other on social media, right? When we were just dating. And I kind of tend to not follow people that I really, really like on social media. Though? Because I don't want what's going on social media to deter me from like knowing this person first as a human being, right? Let me know who she is as a human being before social media. Let me not
So you didn't look at the social media at all?
Nah. So like, it had no bearing.
That's
right?
a gamble.
I don't look at people's social media.
I mean, not for you, but in general, you gotta look at the social media.
Well, I met her because I saw her on social media.
Okay, so you've seen the social.
Yeah,
okay.
Social, but like we didn't follow each other and I didn't keep up with it because like, I know who I am, like the type of person I am, and I didn't want anything affecting like what I was like trying to get.
Yeah.
And she was like, and I think that we were similar in that regard, where she was like, all right, well, we was either similar or she was just kind of following my lead because, a woman gonna just kind of go with the energy that you're giving her.
Absolutely.
So that happened, and then, gradually we just started following each other, like maybe like 7 months ago, right? We've been together for like a year and some change. Right, and I was just like, "Yo, let's follow each other." I thought it was stupid. At first, I tried to justify it, but then it just got stupid.
Yeah.
And I was just like, "All right, let's do that." Right, because now we're here and now we're public already. So why not do it? I think that the social media, nothing weird's happened. Obviously, like there are ground rules, right? Like every relationship should have, and I think that we should speak on those things. And I think you should get real specific on what you're okay with and what you're not okay with, right? And what I try to do with her and anytime I have a problem with something, I try to put herself in my shoes. And it's like, okay, let's break it down like this. If this happens with you, and how would you feel? You know what I'm saying? And I don't never tell her, yo, you can't do this, right? I'll just tell her, yo, this is how I feel about it. And now it's your choice to make a decision. You have to make a decision.
That's the test, boy.
Yeah.
When you say that.
So like, but I purposely don't say, yo, you can't do this because I don't want to ever make anybody feel like I'm trying to control their life, right? But I do have a responsibility to tell somebody that I'm with how I feel.
So, in an instance, like, let's say something was posted that you didn't like. You said, you communicated, hey, I didn't like that. Do you expect it to be deleted or for it to just not happen again?
Deleted, right?
Shit, that's a good one.
I think it depends
it depends on what too, right? It also depends because you have to
I'm
like
what's done is done. It's already posted.
You have to like understand, right? Well, like this person operates like this, right? And think about like how much it's affecting you. Is it really affecting you? Right? You just don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I think everything is just contingent on the content. But some things it's happened, right?
Yeah.
Where some things happen, I'm like, yo, like I don't like that, right? Hey, I don't like that. Whatever you want to do right there, but I'm letting you know I don't like that. That's a problem with me, right? And there's some things I'm like, yo, I don't like that, but it's all good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What about vice versa? Like, has she ever felt like you're being a little thought or maybe posted something that she didn't like?
I never felt like she was like being like that. I just thought like she was
not like being a thought. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah,
but just like if she was like kind of like
I just
what
think
was that about?
I think that women sometimes the thing about women on social media, like every woman like thrives off of
the thirst.
Attention, right? Like thirst and attention.
No, I'm saying it's the
like
thirst.
It's a real thing, right? It doesn't matter if you're in a relationship. Like all women want that, like people to like salivate,
the lights, the hard eyes,
right? And that's just like I think that's innate in women, right? And for guys, it's a little different because we're not like out here trying to get other guys to like find us attractive and shit, right? Because it's not just about men. It's about like when women like post shit, like they want women to like find them attractive and shit too, right? So it's not just about men. But it's just like an overall effect. Like, yo, what's going to get people to like find me beautiful or find me like attractive or desire me, right? And I think because of that, the type of shit that collectively, right? Everybody just like niggas that be posting dumb thirst traps and shit, right? but collectively, there's just a difference in the way we post, right? But for me, like, because of one, what I do, right? Two, like, just the image I'm trying to maintain. Like, I do a really good job of not ever having like her worry about social media, right? So I don't entertain, like, I don't be sending like heart eyes or winking or to girls that comment on my shit.
Good.
I do like the
We love to see it.
Yeah, so like even like what I post is like I make sure, you know, I think like one of the biggest cop outs that people do is they'll post some shit, right, and then a bunch of people will start doing thirsty shit. And they'll be like, well, I can't control what people post. I can't control people's comments, right? But you can control what content you putting out because you know, like, no one's oblivious.
Exactly.
Right? No one's oblivious to the type of content that gets certain amount of attention.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like, I think that it's important to just be aware of that. And I try to be aware of that for sure.
Absolutely.
Now, being that y'all both are big on social media, and you said you didn't follow her at first, y'all just start following each other. Was there ever a moment where it was somebody you knew that somehow, I don't know, you kind of seen that they was on the person you was talking to page?
What you mean? So,
because you know, when I talk to somebody, a lot of times people may not know. And then you go on that person's social media and you got like a homie of yours like super thirsting on their page.
A homie of mine?
Yeah.
Thirsting on my girl page?
Not a homie, but like somebody you know is like...
Oh, nah, I think it's... Nah, I never seen that. Like, people... people that I know, like, I know now at this point, or even like the minute we like became official, like, I stopped seeing that. Right, from other people, right?
Yeah,
because you just never know. Like, you don't know who's talking to who.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
Yeah,
you don't know that. But I mean, I've definitely seen like people like in my girl comments talking crazy before like we was actually like
before out. You was out. That's what I'm saying. Not now, but like
I definitely
lead up.
Yeah, I definitely seen that. But then like at the same time, like I have to be fair because fucking girls talking crazy in my shit. You know what I mean? And like, and to be honest, like I might have been talking crazy in somebody's shit before.
But did you ever have to check somebody like, yo, homeboy?
Nah, never.
Wrong page.
Nah, I've never done that. I've never done that because I think for the most part, people that I know. Not talking about people I don't know, right? For the most part, people that I know kind of respect who I am, right? And was like, and give me enough respect to be like, all right, I ain't saying if they break up, I ain't gonna get at her. But right now,
because you know how it is.
Because right now,
people like you don't really put it out there. Like only y'all two would
know.
Yeah. And then you go on her page. And then you see like one of your, it might not be your close homie, just somebody you know, like you see frequently. It's
somebody
like
you know,
he is like, on her.
Yeah, it'd be some funny business going on. Hell yeah, I've definitely seen funny business going on in the past.
But you never had to check somebody like, yo.
Never had to check somebody, but definitely like brought it to my girl's attention, like, hey, yo,
blocking.
What's the deal with this?
Right?
Or what's the deal with this? Or like, you know, or I mean, I've fucking, you know, been on Instagram when we first started dating. And I had to like tell her like what I don't fuck with, right? I don't fuck with like the flirtatious comments. I don't care how innocent they seem. And like, I'm a very confident, secure guy, but I'm telling you this because this is what I'm giving you.
Right.
Right. I'm not telling you this to just like appease myself, right? It's like, yo, if this is the same kind of respect and discipline and like I'm curving bitches, right? This is what I expect
you to do the same
right?
thing.
So that's just kind of what it was. So I've, you know, and my girl's younger than me too. So like a lot of things it was like, that we would just have to like go through like learning each other.
You know absolutely. So I've like the workout video that y'all did, super cute, like super cute.
It was all her idea.
I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, dudes don't plan stuff. Of course, you weren't like, bae. Yeah, we should do this workout video.
Yeah, all her idea. Nah, she killed that.
So, how do y'all like establish boundaries, or how important is it for you to establish boundaries? Because I know y'all aren't in the gym together every time. So how important is it for you to like establish boundaries as far as going to the gym together? Sometimes that's cool, and then other times like this is kind of like my me time. Like I want to.
Yeah, we do that.
This is what I do.
Yeah, we do that. So you know, so just my professional athlete background, right? I feel like just like I have to have time for myself to like, right? Because I could work out with her, but like I have to work out with myself or work out with other guys to get my push. Yeah, you know, and she understands that, but she likes working out with me, but she likes working out with other people too. But so like some of the boundaries we have, we said like I told her like, yo, like, you know, Tuesdays and Fridays are my solo days.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so I work out on myself or I work out on my homies. I usually don't work out on Wednesdays. Monday and Thursday though, we together.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so unless you say she got to go train with us, then we together.
Yeah, and
we kind of structure it that way, so I can have a balance of me time and us time. But as far as like boundaries, yeah, those are like the main rules for sure.
Yeah. Do y'all live together?
Do we live together?
Yeah.
Yeah, we live together. We
started. Okay, that's a whole new ball game.
Yeah, we started.
Did y'all get a spot together, or did she move in with you, or you move in with her?
Nah, so
that's always different.
She moved in with me, but when she first moved out here, she had her own spot. Right, so after a couple of months, it just made sense for us to just move in together.
Yeah.
So we moved in together at the start of November. So going on like 4 months now, it's been cool. I think.
Have you ever lived with a girl before?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has she ever lived with somebody before?
She hasn't like lived with somebody. So like because I've lived with somebody before, I kind of knew what to expect. And I knew how things could shift. Right. But also like I'm way different than I was before, where like, yo, I'm jumping in front of problems before they happen now.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm trying to go the extra mile and take different extremes to like ensure that we're good. Right.
But real quick, now, and it doesn't have to be specific to your situation now. What are some problems that do come up when you live with somebody?
Just all like the little bullshit, man. AC heater,
cleaning the bathroom,
toilet
dishes,
seat.
Toilet seat. Why is the toilet seat an issue for y'all? I don't get that.
It's so annoying. Well, I don't understand how y'all can just, if you turn a light on, you turn it off. If you open a door, you close it. If you I don't get it.
I don't get how grown women go in there and say, I could fall in.
Yeah.
What? Before you sit down? I don't get that.
I mean, like, I haven't fallen in a long time, but I don't want to have to, like, put that shit down or kick it down and then it makes a loud sound.
Look, think about this, though.
It's annoying. Just put it down.
Think about this. I mean, okay, like, that is an easy thing.
Y'all do have to put it up.
That is an easy thing, but, like, there is an alternative, right? Yo, what if he wants to just go in and piss without pulling it up?
I understand.
He's just gonna catch the seat, right?
Okay, so
wait, he's gonna catch the seat, right? And then he's gonna be like, "Well, shit, I was tired.
Yeah,
I was tired. I couldn't even see. I was tired.
Yeah,
and that's gonna be another problem."
This is my thing, right? I live here by myself as a man. I never had a woman use my bathroom and leave the thing up for me. Ever.
Right.
Ever. I go back and I should be like, what the fuck? Right. You guys leaving the seat down in my house?
It's different.
I mean, I prefer the whole everything to be closed. If it has like the cover over the toilet seat, I want that to be. I don't want to see the toilet bowl if I don't have to. But when I do come to somebody's house, whatever I see,
whatever setting it was on,
whatever setting it was on is what I expected with. So if I get with a guy and he always puts the seat down, and then like I'm noticing you not putting the seat down, I'm like, what are you doing? I might get an attitude because you set the tone on you put the seat down and now you're not putting the seat down. So it's like, I thought we had an agreement that you were put the seat down type of nigga. Yeah, and now you're showing me otherwise. Who are you?
Right. I think that back to your question about what are some things that come up when you live with somebody? I think that it's very rare, right? But in most situations, when you live with a woman, I think as a man, you become responsible for just fixing shit.
Absolutely.
Not just like I'm talking about like whatever the problem is, right? So like if she's hungry, fix it.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
If there's an issue with the house, like fix it.
Yep.
Like if she's having a bad day, fix it. That becomes like that's something that just falls on you, right? And as a man, is that's like just like an unwritten requirement.
You gotta fix everything.
You know what I mean? Automatically. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, shit, well, we living together. Like, if you're the man in the house, you figure out how to fix things, right? Make me feel at ease.
Yeah.
So then what is a woman's job in the house then?
To make that. I mean,
well,
I think
to make a house a home.
No. I know. To make the house a home.
I buy decorations.
Shut up. Hey, you will appreciate that shit too. You're gonna appreciate the fuck out of it when you see that new rug.
Apartment.
When you see that new rug, you're gonna love it.
The new rug. All right.
I don't even know what I was about to say.
That's like an important part of the house, though. Like
the decor.
I'm just saying though, if once you relinquish that like desire to have the house how you want, then you give it to her. Like, she could make the house like feel good, right? And like take y'all. Okay, damn. Like, I don't really care about the plates, but those flower prints in that plate, like, that shit look all right. You know what I mean?
Like,
baby, this is lit.
Just give me my big ass TV, and I'm good.
Hilarious. And that's also compromise as well too.
But
Look
no,
at you.
a woman's job in the house, I think it just depends on like the situation.
Yeah.
But she just make it homey, really. If you have to fix things, right, or make it homey, and just kind of like just make the space healthy.
Yeah.
I guess, right. Just keep this like. It's
Let
probably
it be
not
a light place.
Make
a
it
light,
like
easy
you know what I'm
place.
saying? You don't want to have it like don't have this house like a dark cloud on top of it.
Ooh,
right?
she got an attitude.
You know,
we don't want that. We want good vibes in the house at all times.
Let's give women like a goal that's obtainable. You saying like not have an attitude and
that's
Not
obtainable.
realistic.
That is obtainable. You got to find out why she got an attitude though.
Oh, see, now we got to go back to fixing it. There you go.
Yeah.
Why you got an
But
attitude?
that's true though. That's true. It all goes back to like, what you gonna do about it, right? Or like, but see, we don't have the luxury though. We can't just have an attitude and be like,
Yeah,
Y'all
because we
can
have an
have an
attitude and we
attitude.
leave, and y'all don't like that.
you know, what I
No,
mean?
but
Because
we
we'll
just
leave.
want y'all to talk about why y'all have an attitude.
We got
And
attitude
y'all don't
because
be
you woke up with
talking.
an attitude because
Y'all
you
don't
didn't tell
be-
me why.
Okay,
made you
here's
have
the thing,
attitude.
though.
Y'all don't be communicating.
Yo, me and my homie was just talking about this, right? All right, everything's a two-way street.
Absolutely.
Right? So like, if you say, yo, why don't you communicate? Right? I'm like, you know what? I should be a better communicator, right? That's my fault. All right. So then I communicate to you and I tell you what's wrong with me, and I'm vulnerable and I open up to you, right? And you take that and you shit on me.
That happens
Or
a
you
lot.
take
A lot.
you take that and you be like,
That's
fuck, you
stupid.
fucking, you like, and you may not even say it, but like
You dismiss it.
you may dismiss it
Mm-hmm.
in your head. You be like, what kind of fucking man thinks like that? Like, you're supposed to be a man, like, or like you make him feel like he should never like told you the information.
Yeah.
So now what's this gonna do?
He's never gonna want to talk.
He's not
to you
gonna
again.
talk to you again.
I
Right?
see
That.
that.
happens, right? And then
Absolutely.
and then you can't just
Happens
say
a lot.
you
Yeah.
just can't say, oh, he doesn't communicate with me. Well, yeah, I tried, but you're not. But it's still like a man's responsibility to do that. But I'm just trying to like offer you that perspective where it's just not that simple. Where it's
Right.
like, well, y'all just don't do nothing to like.
And that's kind of when I think the mark of growth in relationship sometimes is seeing that the way that you communicate to somebody it's not really effective to the way that they hear it. So sometimes you have to change the way that you're saying something to someone,
Yeah.
just so they can hear it a little bit better.
Absolutely.
You know?
For
I
sure.
just think women need to be open to listening more. For real.
Open to listening.
Yeah, more.
Okay.
Period. Because I have a lot of homegirls and they'll call me on the phone and they'll just start talking. They don't even know if I'm hearing them, nothing. They'll just start going.
This is more of a vent than I'm asking
Which
for
I
advice.
understand, but when you communicate, you talk and you listen, right? So they don't even know if I'm paying attention or not because they're just so worried about what they have to say.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of times in relationships, and this ain't all women, clearly. This
Right,
is not
right, right.
all women.
Yeah, generalizing.
But like you said, you'll sit here and say something and they're like, they'll dismiss it or they're not really hearing what you're really saying. And then you just like, this is why I don't say shit.
Right.
get
Because
that.
I could sit here and say, yo, you know what? And everything is delivery and tone. I'll be like, yo, I don't really like that you did that, right? You're like, you like that I did that. Well, I only did that because
Here you go. Now you're
Right.
in defense mode.
now it's
Yeah,
defense
yeah,
mode, right?
absolutely.
So
Yeah.
that happens.
Well, let's all just be very mindful of the way that things are communicated to us, and let's try to not be.
Is this a kumbaya moment?
let's,
Kumbaya.
All hold hands.
let's all be mindful. No, I've been saying that a lot. Like, I think we should all be mindful of the way that we do, the way that we react, the way that we act, and just to be accountable for our bullshit too. 'Cause
Hell yeah.
we all mess up, but
For sure.
to be accountable for
I think
what you do.
I think like there's like nothing negative that can ever come from everyone, whether you're a man or a woman, like taking responsibility and accountability for your actions and not looking at the other person to fix your actions.
Worry about yourself.
Like if you take full accountability in fixing yourself, it does wonders for everybody. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yes. Snap.
Snaps. All right, real quick, man.
With the word.
Once again, can you tell us about your clothing line before we get out of here?
Yeah, man. Law 17.
Black-owned business.
Black-owned business.
Support it.
Luxury clothing brand. It is luxury clothing brand. Stop telling black people that they don't have luxury shit. It's a luxury clothing brand. Law 17 on Instagram. LAW 17. Yeah, man, we going on our second year. We got a new release dropping in April.
Hey.
So I'm excited, man. I've been designing for 3 years now, and we're just getting better, man. So like, make sure you guys tune in, follow Law 17, law17.com. Check us out.
Yeah,
and your Instagram.
And my Instagram is Duke. DUKE. I've had so many bids on my Instagram name.
Right? So I'm just up with that.
I'm just
Bill
waiting.
trying to buy mine.
I'm just waiting for Duke University to come
with that
bag and say, "Yo, we need that name."
need
So
at
Duke DUKE.
And tell them how to follow us, Carmen.
Follow us on Instagram, Dualities Podcast, and on Twitter, Dualities Talk.
That's right. Until next time.
Bye.
Peace.